Hey everyone, I'm back with another fragrance review. So today I'm going to be doing a celebrity fragrance. I'm actually pretty excited for this one. I got a little nostalgic when I was setting up my display because back in 2012 I released, Madonna released her first fragrance, Truth or Dare, and I did a review of it and I had the same ad and same little tacky white flowers, and I brought them back for the second review because I'm going to be talking about her second fragrance. Today is called Truth or Dare Naked. Now this one actually came out around the same time as the first one, so it's also a little bit older, but back then it didn't get like a widespread launch like the first one did. The first one was had like a huge launch party. I actually went to one of the parties and I think I shared a couple photos back then when I did the review. It was really beautiful. They had a lot of nice decorations and food and everything. But for the second fragrance, it was kind of just like, and here's the second one. No promotion, no launches or anything like that. I even couldn't find it in stores for a little while. But I eventually got around to getting it, and I didn't really get around to doing a review of it, so I'm happy to present that to you guys today. Okay, so I first wanted to start with the box. So I have the box for her second fragrance, Truth or Dare Naked, as well as the original box. I want to do a quick little comparison. So this was the original Truth or Dare box. It was a solid gold box with sort of a white finish going around the sides, and the name and sort of the symbol is also in a white color. And then we have the opposite for the second fragrance. So the gold and the white have switched. We now have a white box with gold trimming. Same sort of design. We have the same iconic M in the center. The only difference is it's just the word naked. Sorry, I thought there was like a different design. It's just the word naked. Alright, so let's move on to the bottle design. So if you are a fan of the collection and you do have our first fragrance, you'll probably notice that the second fragrance does come in the same style of bottle as the original. So we have the same shape with the same gold topper, as well as the beading going along the sides of the bottle. The only difference is before we had the solid white, and now we have a clear glass bottle with a golden liquid inside. The one good thing about the new design is that you can see how much fragrance you have left, whereas with the first one you were kind of guessing as to, do I need to buy a new one? Am I at the bottom? And this one you can see clearly which one, or how much you have left. But I do think that the first one is a little bit more chic and stylish. I like the look of this one a little bit more than the second one. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what the fragrance smells like now. So if you do have the original scent, you know that it is a very bold, powerful, sort of creamy white floral. And as for the second one, it also has a lot of creamy undertones. It isn't nearly as floral as the original fragrance. It is much more woody. I would describe it as a rich, woody resin kind of fragrance that's sweet and a bit mysterious and quite unique. I'm actually going to tell you the notes of the fragrance starting from the base and going upwards. I know normally I start from the top and go down, but I feel like the real signature of this scent, the notes that give it its main character, are the ones that are towards the base. So I kind of want to start with them and then go upwards. So in the base of the fragrance, that's where all of our rich resins and woody elements lie. We have sandalwood, cedarwood, benzoin, and an oud accord. I don't know if I've ever reviewed anything with oud in it before, O-U-D. It's a very sort of luxurious, sweet, woody kind of aroma. It's also known as agar wood, and what it is actually, I didn't know this until I kind of looked it up. So what happens is that the agar wood doesn't have a scent, but it can get infected with a type of mold, and when this mold gets into the wood, it creates this sort of dark black woody resin, and that is what the oud is. That's why it's sort of very valuable and a little bit more hard to find. Like a true oud resin is very expensive. I'm guessing this one is more of a synthetic oud because the fragrance isn't particularly expensive, but anyways, it gives off a very creamy, sweet, woody kind of aroma. And that, I think, is the main part of this fragrance, that very rich, woody sweetness. But it's not just particularly heavy. It is lightened a lot by the heart and the top, which we're going to get into next. So in the heart of the fragrance, we have our vanilla orchid, cocoa flower, and lily of the valley. So this is where this sort of more traditional sweet notes kind of come from. One thing I like is that the cocoa flower does not overpower the fragrance. I find that sometimes whenever cocoa or chocolate is added to a scent, it really is all you can smell is just chocolate. This one, I don't smell that actually at all. There's definitely a sweetness, but I think it's more of that smooth vanilla kind of scent mixed with that richer woody oud from the base, rather than the chocolate, which I think is a good thing, because I think a really strong chocolate note would have ruined this fragrance, so I'm glad that it does not come across too strongly. As for the lily of the valley, I feel like she's kind of being crushed by all of these like heavier sweet notes, and it doesn't come across as floral at all. But one thing I can say is that the top of the fragrance is where we have some lighter elements that do kind of reveal themselves at the very beginning. They're short-lived, but they help to lighten the fragrance, and I think overall they give it more of a more wearable kind of vibe, so it doesn't appear to be too heavy. So in the top note of the fragrance we have honeysuckle, neroli, and peach blossom. So some sort of fun, lighter kind of florals, plus that white floral neroli, which we did see in the original one, kind of making an appearance back here. So those flowers are there to lighten the mood a little bit and keep it a little bit more fresh. Their presence is a bit short-lived. As I said, they're in the top, so you smell them when you first kind of spray the scent, and then it sort of settles into that more creamier, rich, kind of exotic sandalwood oud experience. Towards the very end of the scent, when you're kind of just left with the memories on your skin, it smells almost a little caramel-like. Like everything is kind of just melted together at this point. This is hours later. Everything's kind of just melted together, and you get this sort of warm caramel experience, I feel like I want to call it, at the very end of the fragrance, which I think is a nice suiting finish to what the fragrance was hours before. And I think the gold color is a perfect representation of it. I know the box is white now and not gold, but the liquid is gold, and that's a perfect representation for it. Actually, some people even refer to oud and the agar wood resin as liquid gold because it smells so creamy and it's so rare. So I think she kind of incorporated that into the bottle design, and I think it fits very perfectly. Overall, I think it's a very unique and different kind of fragrance. It still follows the sort of sweet celebrity trend, but in a different way, and a more bold and unique kind of style. And it lasts a long time on the skin, and it projects very far. So it's definitely worth the sort of low cost that you can purchase this fragrance for. Alright, so I'm going to sort of wrap things up with a little summary / comparison of our two fragrances. So Truth or Dare, the original, was that creamy white floral with the nice tuberose, the neroli, the jasmine, and that vanilla cream. Whereas Truth or Dare Naked is a little bit richer, a little bit more woodier, and has that nice strong oud accord, which makes it a little bit more unique. Both of them I would describe as sort of exotic gourmands, more of a floral gourmand and a woody gourmand, but I find them to be very special, long-lasting, and high-quality fragrances. I don't think Madonna's going to be putting out any new fragrances. These ones came out in like 2012, 2013, and that was kind of it. So I would like a third one, but I'm not too hopeful that she's going to actually do it. I think she's kind of done with the fragrances. But we've got these two, and they're quite lovely. And I would say my choice, if I had to choose which one I preferred, I do prefer the original because I just love that white floral classic vibe that it has. But the second one is really good too. Perfect for fall, I would say. This is a very fall-winter kind of scent. It is a bit too heavy for spring and summer, and it is more of an evening kind of fragrance. Both of them kind of are evening, but this one reserved for colder weather, I would say. Alright guys, that is the end of my review of Truth or Dare Naked by Madonna. Hope you enjoyed watching. If you do want to watch the original video that I did for her first one, I'll put a link in the description below. And if you want to see more videos, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments below whether you prefer Truth or Dare Naked or the original fragrance. Alright, that is it guys. Enjoy your day, and I will see you guys next time for some more fragrance reviews.